This isn't, I just want to kind of show you this using curves technique because curves is a really powerful tool. We're not getting into the powerful of this right now. We're just getting into doing, like, setting things up the right way. So I'm creating a color adjustment layer to adjust this. I'm going to set a light point. And that seems like a little bit too light. And what I mean by too light is there's things that are blown out. And what I mean by things are blown out is like too much is white. So for instance, this is way blown out. This is definitely blown out. So, you can go wrong with these white points. So I'm just kind of going. Actually, if you want a little bit of a tip, if you hold down Alt, it will show you where you're blown out. So Alt or Option. So all of these places are where I'm blown out. So normally what I'll do is I'll click anywhere. I'll hold down Alt. And then I'll keep holding down Alt. And then I'm like, okay, this looks pretty good. And something to keep in mind is it's all right if some of the image is blown out. Like, I don't care if this sky looks good. I do care if this road looks good. So if you have a window behind, maybe it'll end up being completely white because the main point of focus will look good. Let's set a dark point. Seems like this image is pretty dark already. So here we go. That looks all right. And let's set a midpoint just to get those neutral grays. I'm trying to find a place that's gray and not orange. I'm going to get this wrong a couple of times. Yeah, this is all looking worse. I'm just kind of randomly clicking. Okay, so this isn't great, but we're gonna call it a day. Here's what happened with this. We're not going to call it a day as far as this is finished. Here's what happened with this. I went way too far. Like, the difference between this and this is like way, way too much color correction. Like, the whites are too white, the blacks are too black. So I could go back and I could go to like the 3-point color correction and try to do them again. And that's a fine way to go. Or another thing that I can do, and this is what I'll do a lot of the time, is I'll go too far with the color correction. I could try adjusting right here, but again, it's not going to get it completely. I want to fade the color correction back. So I'm going to go to this color adjustment layer, and I'm going to decrease its opacity. So I'm going to decrease the opacity of the color adjustment layer. And so we kind of have this like mix. So rather than it being this over-exaggerated color correction like we had right there, I'm just going here and I can completely change that. So it's kind of a way to combine those things right there. So I wanted to show you that with this image right there. Let's move on to another example.